View everything different when you touching on the fact. What you see as good intentions.
When the 49ers last played at Nissan Stadium, Miley Cyrus was at the top of the charts. Will San Francisco come in like a wrecking ball? The Titans find out next.
All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with strong offensive lines that really like to work the ground game.
And you and I have both heard from different people in the league who's saying that it's becoming a little bit of a lost art in the NFL, the ability to run the football. And we've heard from defensive coordinators who tell us that they play the pass first. That's not something you normally hear. But these two offenses, they're true to who they are. Both ranked in the top 5 in terms of rushing yardage. I think they're both going to use those massive offensive lines to try and wear down these defenses.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Here's Richie James on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Niners offense making their way out, and they are led by the 3rd overall pick back in this year's draft out of North Dakota State, Trey Lance.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
A first down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now for Lance.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well. But that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That one goes for 36 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
The Lance going to throw.
Dancing to his left. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
They'll run with Mostert.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Goldman. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Wayne Goldman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers drive on the opening drive.
Run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and 3rd with Tennessee.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown, and this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC.
And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go, but there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Goldman, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Wayne Goldman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Gold to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Returning it, Hill. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
Pushes past him, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Underneath here to Hill.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Tannehill on 3rd down. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he will have a Titans 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Tannehill hooking up with Reynolds for a Titan 1st. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the captain, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it ends with a Tennessee score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The drive begins with a handoff to Gallman, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Throwing now is Lance.
Flush to his right. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Lance looking to throw it.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Now Lance.
Buying time to his left. That's complete to Dwelly, his tight end.
And he's going to have a first down here. They're also into field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Now Lance again.
Escaping the pressure right. Going for it all. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Going to throw deep for the end zone.
And, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Charlie Warner
his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. The dangerous Hill now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Des Fitzpatrick, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Tannehill. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver, Anthony Frisker, the intended target. And it's third down. This time they stay on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line. And now will they use a timeout? Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He's airing it out for Sanu. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Let's go.
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Now Gold for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we're into the final 3 weeks of the NFL season. A lot of races going to be coming right down to the wire. Before we get it back to you guys, let's check out what we have coming up this weekend on the Week 16 NFL slate. Some great games coming up this weekend, 2 on Christmas Day. Cleveland traveling up to Lambeau to take on the Packers, and then later, Indianapolis taking on Arizona. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. Then, on Sunday night, wrap up your Christmas weekend with a great one in the NFC East. Washington and Dallas at 8:20 Eastern Time. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And they've had their way running the football, well over 100 yards already as a team, with 2 more quarters still to come. But meanwhile, for the Titans, the rushing numbers tell a different story. They really couldn't get a whole lot going on the ground. And the evidence? The numbers. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They start the second half with Hill, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Anthony Frisker, the intended target. And it'll bring up third down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Frisker. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A third down gain of 19.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Hill. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 43-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. To throw is Tannehill.
Open man is Fitzpatrick. And he will have a Titans first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Let's go!
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. And a short gain here down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Tannehill.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Tannehill. A dump off now to Hill. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Back to throw, Tannehill. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll run it with Hill. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And his 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. And here comes the big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because when they just lined up on the line of scrimmage, you either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for them. Shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and 5. This is Gallman. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 167 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Flushed out right. James has got it. Complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On the toss, there goes Gallman. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll run again here with Gallman. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
Forced out to his left. Touchdown 49ers. Ross Dwelly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. The return man is Hill. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Tannehill.
He'll get this complete to Fitzpatrick.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Again, Tannehill. towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. And the 49er hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down and 8. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
As we check the Next Gen Stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this returnable for Hill.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Titan football.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Tannehill. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and it's 3rd down. Tannehill now to throw. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They run. It's Hill. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. On 1st down, Tannehill. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So Big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Tannehill.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So the victory here for San Francisco, and you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the 49ers, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.